Now that I've got my image combined together, you can see that I have all of my stuff onto one layer. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm actually going to set up a couple different layers so I have my colors set up. So, if you look at this over on the right, I have one layer with all my lines on it. I have my Batman, my Robin, my background, all on the same layer. I'm going to duplicate this layer twice. So I'm going to come down to the double screen, click this twice. The top one, I'm going to name this Lines. The middle one, oops, sorry, hold on, let me try that again. Lines. Middle one, I'm going to call this one Color. This is the only layer that you're going to add color to for right now. This bottom one I'm going to call Backup. This is in case you mess things up, you always have a clean line layer to work with. Now before I get started, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find a nice three-dimensional color image of my character if I can, or just a character that's similar to it if you don't have one specifically like that, but you know, Batman's easy. And I'm going to use this to help me color this more realistically. Now you can also choose your own colors. I don't have to do it in these Batman colors, the traditional ones, but if I want to, I can. Here's a cool way to do this. I'm going to come over here to my eyedropper tool. This picks colors, and I'm going to choose, for instance, a light color gray until I'm happy with it. Let's see here. Oops, get the right layer there. There we go. Light color gray. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to click on that color, and then I'm going to hit OK. What this is doing is it actually puts it right here. This will save the last 12 colors you got. Alright, so I'm going to choose a middle gray. Come over, click on this, hit OK. I'm going to choose a dark gray. Come over, click on this, hit OK. So I can keep doing this. I can go ahead and say I want a light blue. Actually, I'll get a lighter blue. Okay. Some sort of medium blue. Okay, and then this dark blue-gray for the cape. Okay, so once again, you can see there's all my colors. Dark, medium, light, dark, medium, light. I could get the yellows, I could get the skin tones, whatever. Now these are here. I can come back and get them whenever I want. So for instance, I'm going to do his cape. So I'm going to take my medium blue, hit OK, that's my color now. Now coming back onto my, I'm going to make this invisible. Coming back onto my color layer, this is where I'm going to color. You know what? I forgot one thing. This top layer and lines. I'm going to change this so this is transparent. I'm going to come here where my mode is on my layers. Click, and I'm going to go down to multiply. What multiply does, it makes all of your white transparent. What does that do? Check this out. When I go to my color layer to color on it, I'm going to start out with the paint bucket. If I can, if my lines are joined together, I can do this. If there are breaks in the lines, the color is going to go everywhere, okay? But I don't have breaks in the lines here. I'm going to color in his cape, like so. Now this isn't perfect, but this is the magic of it. Let me zoom in so you can see this a little bit better. Okay, you can see I've got some white around my cape here. I'm going to go to a brush in the same color. What I am now doing, this is what the cool thing about multiply does. I am painting behind the lines. All the white on this top layer, the lines layer, is transparent. So I do all my color down here, and I don't have to worry about coloring over the lines. Just so you know, if I turn off my lines layer, you can see that I am coloring over things on my color layer, but it doesn't matter. I have the lines layer in front. I can keep working with it. This is the magic of multiply. Now if you are in a situation where you're trying to go along an edge, this is what I recommend. I'm going to take my brush size, I'm going to turn it down to something manageable. Okay, doesn't really need to be that small, but that's alright. Let me zoom in so you can see this nice and easily. Oops, I'm changing my brush size. My bad. Here, let me just paint on this a little bit. Now I can zoom in. Alright? So what this allows me to do is if I come in here along this edge, I can paint behind this black line. Like so. I can also click, hold my shift button down, you can see that line there. This will go in straight lines between my 2 points. I'm holding my spacebar down to move it. Okay, once again, you can do the shift click, or if you have very good mouse control, you can do this by hand, but when you have these long straight lines, this is just much easier. And we'll go along and color your whole thing in this way on your color layer. So for right now, I'm just going to do my middle color lines. I'll put darks and lights in this later. Take your middle color for something, paint all of it in. That's where we're going to go to. All right.